I'm back with another shop update, and as you can see, it looks a little bit different in here than it did the last time that I made a video. And I really wanted to try to show you some of the process, but things kind of started happening more quickly and we were on a time crunch. So it's not finished by no means, but I wanted to show you what all that I've gotten together so far from the shop and maybe some things that I have planned. But yeah, the lighting is better in here. I told you I would work on the lighting and we got that done. So I still need some studio lights or some video lights that I can use that'll be portable. I can move around the shop, and I'm working on getting that. But right now it is definitely better lighting in here. And in fact, talking of lighting, I'll tell you what we did first. You'll see these, it was the fluorescent light fixtures that was up in here. There was several of them that was not working. And so what we did is my electrician actually pulled all of the ballast out and bypassed that, put in brand new LED bulbs. And these things are bright, they look good, they're quiet, they don't have that humming noise from the ballast. And then of course the saving of electricity, all of these LED bulbs. Now in the shop though, we have I think 9 of these light fixtures, so 18 LED bulbs. And just to let you know, in our area, they were about $23 plus tax each. So that's a considerable investment for lighting, but I think it'll be much better in the long run, and they'll last very long time and save on electricity. So that's what we did for the lighting. And as you can see, it is definitely brighter in the shop here, and I think it's great. My electrician also ran 16 new outlets for me, and he done a great job running them through the conduit. They're all surface mount, except for a couple that are in the wooden walls here. Those are not surface mount, but most of them are all surface mount. I also have one plug in the very back corner back there that is dedicated on a 30 amp breaker by itself. That way I can run a compressor and a dust collector. Once I finally get it, I can run that off of that plug and it should be fine. And that's kind of where we're at with the electrical. I think pretty much all of the electrical work is finished now. There's a couple things that he's going to come back and swap out an outlet, one of the old outlets that was in here. But yeah, we have electricity. Everything is great. Speaking of compressor, in the very back corner, I have my small compressor. It is one of the quiet versions. It came from a store called Menards. I know they're not in every location, but in our area, we have a Menards, and that's where I purchased that compressor. I think it was selling out, so I don't think they have it available anymore. It was only like $115 when I purchased it, and I think it's great. But I have ran an air hose all the way around the top. That way I can come and connect right here on the corner to a hose reel. And this hose reel I can actually pull out anywhere in the shop now, and it'll work. I can pull it all the way around, even into my paint room, which I'll show you in just a minute. And so that location for my hose reel works very well. So I actually just got that hung up just I think yesterday. So that's brand new. So now let's see what all else that we have. Besides rearranging in here, on the very back down here is where I have my lumber storage, and I purchased some lumber racks from Amazon. I'll leave links to anything that I can share with you down below if you're interested. But I purchased these lumber racks and I got 2 sets of them so I could extend it further and to be able to disperse the weight a little bit better. But yeah, these things work great. They were easy to put together and they were easy to hang. I'm really pleased with these. I actually have more coming today because I just have more lumber than I have racks for. So I am going to hang up some more of those lumber racks, but I really like those. I'm going to turn the camera around here for you. We're going to spin around just a little bit. And as you can see behind me now is my miter saw station. And hold on, it's a little bit bright. Let me fix this. That's better. So behind me is my miter saw station, and it's right kind of when you walk into the door of my shop. I kind of wanted that there. And I had this miter saw station in my small shop, but it works much better on this large wall. I have more space now, so I actually don't have it as cluttered. I think this works really well. It's not finished yet. I'm hopefully going to have some dust collection run to it. But yeah, I love the miter saw station where it's at. I think it works great here. And right on down the wall from it is where I have my joiner. And you'll see when I turn here. There we go. That right there is my joiner. So that's where I have the joiner at. And I was very happy with this purchase. This is a grizzly joiner with a helical head, and it works wonderful. I really like it. It's a 6-inch. But it works good for what I need it for. So that's kind of where we're at right here in the shop. You'll notice the painted walls, and that was kind of a chore. We started rolling these walls, and whenever we started rolling and found out very quickly, this one big wall right here actually took over it was like 6 gallons of paint just to paint the one wall. And we were painting with the best paint from Home Depot. It was the Behr Marquee paint, and it's good paint, but it just, these Behr cinder block walls suck that paint up so much. It was crazy that it took so much paint to paint these cinder block walls. But pretty much all of the cinder block walls in the main part of the shop are all white now. You did see the wood wall, the paneling, we left that as is. I think that's fine. I got my clamp rack hung on the wood wall. So we'll go ahead and turn around again. You'll see here, right behind me is where I have my clamp rack. So yeah, I got that all hung up there, and that's pretty much it for the shop. Oh, I do have a sanding station, or I'll call it a sanding table. I'll keep spinning around here. There's my side door, my 4-foot door that goes out the side. I also have a little small parts bin that I purchased right here, real colorful. And I purchased that from Harbor Freight actually, and it seems to work pretty good. And right over here, I have a sanding table. It's nothing fancy, it's just where I'm gonna keep my sandpaper, my orbital sander. I also have a small little belt sander, those sort of things. Anything sanding or scraping related, I'm gonna try to keep right over there. And then in the corner, we'll spin it around a little more. In the corner over here, I have my bandsaw. It's a small little Riken 10-inch bandsaw. Actually picked it up used locally from someone for $50. And that, I mean, I couldn't beat that. It was just nearly like brand new actually. So it works great. And I also have a router table right there. It's just a very inexpensive router table I got from Lowe's, and then I mounted it onto my table that I actually had my planer on. I mounted it on that table. Oh yeah, I do need to show you my planer. We will continue to spin around. That's my paint room behind me, my clamp wall, and you will see my planer is right here, kind of right on the corner. And that's where I felt that was gonna be kind of the best place for that. And it was a table that was actually left in this shop, and I just shored it up, put a brace underneath it to add me some more support, and then also on the sides to keep it from wobbling some. And that's what I have there. My table saw is still this little small DeWalt job site table saw, and it gets lost in this big room actually, kind of. And hopefully one day I'll be able to upgrade to something like a saw stop. That is kind of where I'm looking at now. I would like one of the saw stop cabinet saws. I'm not sure that's what I'm going to be able to do, but I would like to just save up for one of those. I think that would be great. That is the main shop update for you here. I will show you our paint room, and it's not finished yet, nothing fancy, but we'll go on in here and through this door. Let's walk in here and take a look at the paint room. I actually do have to add another light over in this corner because it is kind of dark. Behind me is just the Behr cinder block walls. As you can see, I've just got a table up here with kind of some of my stuff, my rags, my little paint stands, anything kind of paint and finish related. I have that in here. I do have some cutouts in the wall. It looks like there was a window unit or something put in here years ago. I'm actually considering putting in some type of fan that I can exhaust out here. If you have any ideas for that, please let me know, because I would like some exhaust in this room. This room I can kind of close off. There's a door, and I think this will work best for my painting and finishing. I just think I need some exhaust here. We did put up a wall that is right here. Let's see if I can turn around and show you. It's just a cheap wall. If you can build a cheap wall now, it's done with, it's finished with the very thin Luan, nothing fancy. We're not gonna finish this with any other wall covering. We just wanted something to cover the studs, and this is what we chose. And it works good because now we have a closet behind me that is like 8 foot by 18 foot long, that we can do a lot of storage from different things that, whether from my photography studio, which is actually up front, we can store stuff back there, as well as other tools or accessories that I don't use in the shop but don't want to get rid of. And so we have this paint and finish room, and then the storage closet that is in here. And now when I turn around, I actually have my rattle can paint and that sort of stuff on a couple little racks over here in the corner. And it's maybe temporary, I don't know. I may come up with something better than that, but as of right now, that is going to work for me. And like I said, I do need one more light over there that I'm going to get hung up, because right now I'm standing underneath one of these LED lights, and you can see it's lighting up my bald head like crazy. So yeah, this is where we're at, guys. This is the shop so far. Like I said, the total space is like 1,500 square foot. So I'm going to have a lot of space here that I can kind of manipulate and use for different things. And so far I am enjoying it. If you have any ideas, tips that you want to see done here in the shop, and anything that you would think that I could benefit from doing here, just let me know. I am going to work on some air filtration fans. I'm going to make some myself because they supposedly work just as well as the store-bought ones, and so I'm going to try to make those myself in a few days and get a couple of those in the shop for air filtration. But if there's anything else that you think that I need to do to the shop, I'm open to suggestions. I would like to hear your input there. And I am working on getting some of the lighting that I can do for video lighting that would make the lighting a little bit more consistent when I'm shooting videos like this. So stay tuned for that in the future. Thanks to everyone for the support and the encouragement to get this new shop all put together. I am very excited for it, and hopefully I can make some pretty cool videos for you guys here in the shop. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until next time, God bless.